Welcome again to Joe Stunner Boxing. Alexis Rocha scored a very good win over Santiago Dominguez. Dominguez was previously undefeated in 27 fights. He had 20 KOs, 32-year-old guy from Mexico, but he was pretty much dominated by Rocha. And I think a lot of people are going to be a little bit surprised at how one-sided this fight was, because it was a sort of 98, 92, 99, 91 sort of fight. I think that's what the judges had it. But when you go back to October of last year, Alexis Rocha, who'd previously been really flying, bumped into Giovanni Santillan, who at the time was undefeated in 31 fights. So I guess it was a calculated gamble. Maybe, I don't know why they took the fight. I guess they had to, because you've got to, if you want to earn money and you want to move up the rankings, you've got to fight good quality opposition. So fair enough, Rocha took him on. Credit for that. But he suffered a very bad knockout defeat in 6 rounds against a guy in Santillan who was, in that fight, seemed absolutely possessed. I mean, great performance by Santillan. Santillan, by the way, just as an aside, went on to fight Brian Norman Jr. and got stopped in 10 rounds, which another undefeated fighter. So these welterweights, these are welterweights, by the way, with the belts going up in the air because Bud Crawford has moved on, everyone wants a piece of that pie. You know what I mean? And, Rocha's on the comeback trail now. He scored, this was his second win since that defeat. So he's keeping busy. It was only October last year that he lost to Santillan. He scored a 7th round, a retirement 7th round TKO over Frederick Lawson. But this fight with Dominguez was, would you call it a crossroads fight? I don't know really. I mean, Rocha is 27. He's a southpaw, 5'10". Dominguez, 32-year-old from Mexico. He had 20 KOs in the wins column out of 27, so he can bang a little bit. And with these Mexican guys, you're never quite sure what you're getting, because sometimes the lesser known ones can really surprise you. As someone from the UK, us guys in Britain, we know about this because very often Mexicans will come over and beat up our guys. But Dominguez had fought in the United States a few times. I think 4 or 5 times, in fact, maybe even more. 32 years old, he was looking to keep that unbeaten run going and maybe get a title shot. But he didn't get a look in against Rocha because Rocha was really on point in this fight. Rocha moved to 25 wins with 16 KOs, 2 defeats, and he looked really good. It was a case of, first of all, his body work. The body work he was putting on Dominguez was fantastic. And he did it consistently throughout the fight, which really kept Dominguez subdued, shall we say. To start with, Dominguez came out looking like he wanted to really put pressure on Rocha and overwhelm him. That's how he fights. I haven't seen a lot of Dominguez, but when I have seen him, that's how he fights. He's a swarmer. He gets in there, likes to put constant pressure on. He likes to work the body, and he just at the start of the fight, he did do that. And you were thinking, okay, Rocha's got his work cut out. For the first 3 rounds, this was very competitive, I thought. And if you're going to give, a round or 2 to Dominguez, it's probably going to be in the early rounds. But then Rocha started to sort of box fight. You know what I mean? He was countering well off the ropes. He was countering well in general. Punching between Dominguez's offense, timing Dominguez well. He found his rhythm, and Rocha suddenly started to bang that body like it was going out of fashion. He did very, very well with the body work. He wasn't neglecting the head. But he wasn't looking for a knockout. Do you know what I mean? He was softening the guy up, beating him up, trying to beat him up, and ultimately beat him. And if the KO came, fine. If it didn't, it didn't. Well, actually, as it happens, it didn't. But make no mistake about it, Santiago Dominguez was hurt on several occasions to the body. He seems to have a good chin, though. Rocha, like I say, 16 KOs in 25 wins. He can bang a little bit. But Dominguez didn't really get a look in. There were little pockets, little 5-10 second moments, maybe cameos, where Dominguez was getting some work done. But Rocha in general defended very well. And as the fight progressed, you were thinking, this is his fight to lose. Unless he gets sloppy, unless he gets complacent, he's going to win this fight. Southpaw stance from Rocha. I don't think that helped Dominguez's cause. He didn't look particularly comfortable against the southpaw. There was an incident, I think it was about the third round roughly, where Rocha landed a very good punch to the belt line, and Dominguez turned away and complained, and the referee said, "No, it was a legit punch. Carry on. Keep fighting. Keep fighting. Keep fighting." So the body language also wasn't good from Dominguez. He did not like the body work. But it was a consistent, good, southpaw box fighting performance by Rocha, who, when you consider how bad that defeat was to Santillan, he's come back very, very well. And I like the way Golden Boy have kept him busy, because he suffered a really bad defeat. He wasn't allowed to dwell on it. It was a case of, okay, do you want to get back in the ring? Come on, let's get you back in the ring. They gave him a relatively soft touch in Frederick Lawson, who had a statistically pretty glossy record, but was actually coming off a first-round stoppage to Virgil Ortiz Jr. That was a strange fight. That was a really strange fight. He got stopped, very early. Well, it was 2 minutes, yeah. Well, it was the first round, whatever it was, I can't remember. But so bringing Rocha back against Frederick Lawson was a nice little knockover job. He actually got 7 rounds in though, and this 10 rounds against an undefeated fighter. Again, it's a confidence builder. After such a bad defeat, you've got to build the guy's confidence up. And Rocha is still only 27. He can come back. Defeats don't define you. It's how you react to them. And Rocha seems to have learned. He seems to have fine-tuned his style. He showed a lot in there against Dominguez. I know Dominguez was coming forward and didn't have a lot of finesse, but Rocha was handling the pressure very, very well, very calmly, and I think that bodes well for the future. I think, yeah. So this fight was it was on like I said, Golden Boy card, and if you saw it, let me know what you think. What do you think about Rocha? I like the guy. Don't know whether he's ever going to be an elite fighter. Probably not. But I think he's got if the welterweight division is wide open, this kid Rocha has got some. He can get that slice of the pie. You know what I mean? Yeah, good fighter and improving as well. I think for Dominguez at 32, might be difficult to come back. That was his first defeat. Again, defeats don't define you. He might be a young 32, but he didn't seem to have a lot of variety to his work. He was, he's game, tough guy, moves forward, good jaw, took some hellacious body punches well, didn't go on the floor. But you do get the feeling that, he's going to be one of those sort of B-level fighters, maybe a gatekeeper type. Will give you a hard night's work, but not really, not really an elite fighter. He's the type of guy you'd probably put in with Conor Benn to test him, that sort of thing. The record was glossy, but maybe a little bit flattering, to be honest. Anyway, what do you think? Tell me what you think. What do you think of Rocha? I'm eager to hear your opinions, because I watched him many times and I was a bit shocked by the manner of the defeat to Santillan. Big upset for me personally, but I think he's improving. So tell me what you think. Comments below. If you are new to this channel, you can subscribe. That'd be a big deal, and spread the word about Joe's Son of Boxing. And also, please hit the like button if you enjoyed the video. All right, ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much, and I will speak to you soon. Bye for now.